Okay, Yuki is pitting. RB, this better be a decent decision. This better be the right strategy call. Otherwise, you've just thrown away points for... Oh my God, is Yuki about to be undercut by his own team? Is Yuki about to be undercut by his own team there? No. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Right, this better be the right decision. They better be expecting the other drivers ahead to be making a pit stop. But if I'm Esteban Ocon, I am trying to eke out these hard compound tyres to the end. If I'm Antonelli, I'm taking these tyres to the end. I'm not quite convinced that RB have just made the right call there to pit Yuki from P8, net P7. We will see. We will see. But I really hope that is not the case for Yuki, and he has just been shafted by points again. The second race weekend in a row for his team. And it turned out that, yes, Yuki was indeed, once again, shafted for the second race weekend in a row, in the full race anyway, because he had a great sprint race yesterday, finishing P6. A strategy decision by RB removed him from an easy point scoring position, being the best of the rest, beating a Mercedes Antonelli who he had the better of in the sprint race, out of the points. I mean, if I'm Yuki, I'm absolutely fuming, and I'm throwing everything, all my toys, out of my pram when it comes to our post-race briefing, because what are you doing? I've never seen, I don't think, a driver have 2 10 out of 10 weekends and only score 3 points. And one of those is in the sprint race. In the main races themselves, he's without points. I can't make it make sense. Honestly, what is going through their head? We knew RB were poor with their strategy decisions anyway, but this is beyond ridiculous. Now, conspiracy theories will be flying. Are they trying to make Liam Lawson look better? Like, is Christian Horner getting on the phone and saying, look, we can't be seen like we've made the wrong decision by not promoting Yuki. Like, you need to hamper him, because the average Joe will look at the race results and see where Yuki finished and automatically assume he hasn't had a good race. But for those of you who watch the race and keep an eye out on the timing data and who watch my watch along, you will know that Yuki was in full control of that race where he was. He was in full control the weekend before. And okay, yes, Australia was difficult circumstances. I get it, but they still could have put him on the Inters a lot sooner. Shouldn't have left him out there like the Ferraris. He was nailed on for points, and he was nailed on for points here as well, because he had Esteban Ocon, who finished in P7 best of the rest, which was a great drive from Ocon, but he should have been... it baffles me. Like, I have been critical of Yuki. I have. However, he has done what he is... I don't know what more you need to do as a driver in an RB car and do what he has done in the first 2 race weekends thus far. I mean, he has maximised that car to its full potential, and he has, like, nothing to show for it on paper to most, because people will be able to spin it into a narrative that they want by just looking at the finishing results. But it's such a shame. Now, he did have a really strange issue with his front wing at the end. This was after the pit stop to pit him outside of the points again. And not entirely sure what was happening there. Like, the front wing just seemed to fail under its own steam. Maybe it was due to a curb strike that he had when I think it was Jack Doohan forced him out wide, or if that was Isaac Hadjar. The curbs were quite hard. We saw the drivers, if they ran a bit wide, they took a bit of damage or a bit of hurt to the underside of their floors. So maybe something like that occurred with his front wing. But even so, up until that pit stop, like, it was a 10 out of 10 performance for Yuki, and he'll be sitting there looking at Ocon, who easily made it to the end of the race on the hards. I looked at the lap times. Yuki was not falling off by any means. There was no indication that he wasn't going to be able to make it to the end on the hard tyres and not hold off Esteban Ocon. I haven't seen any of the interviews yet from Yuki or reasoning from the RB strategy team, because I just wanted to get here and voice my emotions from the get-go. Yeah, unbelievable. And while we're at it, he should stay in that RB team and not go in the full Red Bull car, because it's better off for him to be in that RB team, putting in the performance he is. But he's not being allowed in the first 2 race weekends to see those results across the line. which is just, yeah, cue conspiracy theories. A few of you have already thrown them my way, and Red Bull, I think, have been up to some shady stuff in the past between the utilisation of the second team and how maybe it supports the top team. I can't imagine in this circumstance they will be using Yuki like that to maybe force a narrative. I don't know, but stranger things have happened in F1. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, such a shame for Yuki, because for me, bit of a spoiler alert for my driver ratings videos, but I think it's another 10 out of 10 weekend for him. I don't know what more you can do. Seriously, what more can you do as a racing driver than what Yuki has done in that RB team, and comfortably beat Albon, comfortably be better than the rest of the best of the rest, sorry, and just be pitted by your team out of those positions for no logical sound reason in my eye. But yeah, hey ho, maybe it'll all come to light. But Yuki just needs to go to Suzuka, and I damn well hope this doesn't happen again, because it's his home race, it's his home circuit. He's going to put on a good performance because he's in great form at the moment. That RB looks good. Can't imagine teams are going to make too much of a progress in their development over the next 2 weeks. And the RB, he'll be mixing it in the points once again. So don't make it 3 race weekends in a row, RB, please, because he deserves so much better than that.